Wow. And it shifts pretty darn fast. Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com. The birds are singing. It's spring here in New Jersey and road construction is underway. And today we're driving a convertible. This is not just any convertible. It's the Mercedes C63 AMG Convertible. I've driven C63s on the track, but I've never driven the convertible version. And I recently drove an M4 hardtop convertible, so it'll be great to make a comparison. Now we were just driving it, so you hear the fan on. It's a turbocharged 4-liter V8. Which I'm going to show you right now. Beautiful interior. So where Mercedes has it over BMW, and I'm a big BMW fanboy, is the interior. These seats are not the Recaros that you find more prevalent in the sedan, or especially the coupe of the car, and you probably can get them from this car as well. But these are, you know, certainly comfortable seats fitting a convertible. We can do the hood latch underneath here, and the reason you buy this car is that handmade AMG engine. Very easy to open the hood. The latch is right here to the left, if I remember correctly. Yep, you just pull up on it, and there you go. And there she is in all her glory. 4-liter turbocharged V8 engine. The turbos, as you can see, are right in the hot V, and almost instantaneous power. Now, if you get the S model of this is the 63, I believe you get up to 503 horsepower. But this car is plenty fast. 2 air boxes, and the engine, it's just about front mid-engine. So these are actually air boxes in the front there. The engine is actually behind here. So it's pretty much very close to front mid-engine as we line it up with the wheel. Now, it's a convertible, so you're not going to have too much trunk space. Now, backseat room, I'm 6 feet tall. Yeah, I could probably squeeze behind myself if I had to. My feet are too big. Size 13 is not going to cut it, but if you have small feet, you could probably do it. Now, you do have a trunk. There we go. And it's going to obviously be small because it's a convertible. Now, it is a soft top convertible. So, and this is the top down. This will go away, so you'll have a bigger trunk with the top up. And again, my only gripe with AMGs, they sound terrific. They're great performance. Is this real cheap, thin mats they give you a standard. Come on, AMG. You're spending 6 figures on a car. Give us some nice mats. Special thanks to DCH Montclair Acura in Verona, New Jersey for providing the car. All right, so let's start her up and I'll show you some things about the interior. First of all, you have the Burmeister here, which is a phenomenal, probably one of the best sound systems out there. Beautiful leather interior. Now remember, this starts out as a C-Class. All right, so let's put our seatbelt on so we don't get that forgot your seatbelt chirping, and we'll start it up here as the plane's going overhead. And listen to that. You hear that sound when we started it up? It was just an amazing sound. I'm going to shut it off just so you can hear that sound again. Go away, airplane. Come on, I'm filming. All right, so I'm going to shut this off. And now listen very carefully to the sound, okay? I don't know if we could start it with the exhaust on, but nice. Such a deep, throaty growl. Now we can put the exhaust on here. Here is our start-stop, the different cameras on the car. And then you can kind of play around with everything here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the top up for you guys, and just so we don't get the wind noise here, and then we can go over the rest of the car. So it's very simple. You just kind of pull up on here and watch the show. Or you press down on it. There we go. Press down and hold it down. As you see, the lid of the trunk goes first. And while we're doing this, this would be a great time to subscribe. And here it is overhead from us. It locks into place. The lid goes down and we're all set. You got the window behind us. We'll pull up the windows here so you can hear me a little better, and we'll lower. It's a hot day, so the We'll lower the air conditioning here. So now there's different options you can get here. This is the wood. I love these round vents here. I know not everybody does, but I sure do. You can get a carbon fiber here. You can also get that like light oak, which is like a very light gray, which I like. Steering wheel is great. It's perforated here. You have your 12 o'clock position. You can go through all the menus here. Now this is how you play around with the car. So we can go with the exhaust and suspension right on the steering wheel here, and then everything will change here. So just pressing this can get us in manual mode, and now the paddle shifters are active. It is a 9-speed automatic. And now here we go with the different cameras. So we can do essentially a 360 view. The clarity is pretty good, 1,000 times better than my McLaren, that's for sure. And then obviously you have a volume button here, and here's how we play around with the modes on the car. So we can go and we can hear the difference here. So comfort mode, sport plus. You can hear the rumble got louder as soon as we went into sport plus, right? So we'll start in sport plus and we'll go on some good driving roads here and everything here. So when you go into the sport plus, it'll automatically, unless you put it in individual mode, give you the stiffest suspension. We don't want that because New Jersey roads are terrible. And this is obviously what we can play with manual or automatic shiftings. We can go in dynamic mode, and then that brings up the screen here. And because this is a rear drive car, it's very good. We'll bring it up again that it has slippery mode, individual. So individual, I would always put the most aggressive throttle with the softest suspension. Again, New Jersey roads aren't great. If you live with smooth roads, then obviously have the hardest of everything. This car has just over 27,000 miles, about 27,500 miles, and it's in fantastic shape. I mean, there's not one flaw in this car. It's a beautiful, beautiful car. All right, so enough talking, and let's actually drive. So now it has the old school stalk here for the transmission, but it's not your grandmother's old Cadillac, because if you pull it like that, you'll probably break it. So park, you just press the button here so you can see it. You have reverse neutral, so we're going to stick it in drive. We just pull down. Now we're in manual mode where we'd have to use the paddle shifters. And we're Mercedes, and I'm a BMW fanboy, you know it. I've had 9 M cars, but we're BMW, where Mercedes kills BMW, it's just interior. I think the interior is so much nicer than a BMW. It definitely feels premium. All right, we're going to give that van a little head start. Of course, this car gets in my way. There are side windows that we have to bring up. Now let's go. Now this of course weighs a lot more than the coupe or the sedan, and keep in mind these are rear drive cars. If you want all-wheel drive for the Northeast winters, then you're going to have to step up to an E63. You can get C classes in all-wheel drive, but the AMG cars are remaining rear drive. Now there's no automatic available, I'm sorry, no manual transmission available unlike BMW. But I think when you have an engine that sounds like this, you might not actually care. So the reason where, again, Mercedes kills or AMG kills BMW is just the sound of the engine. BMW engines, they don't sound good, especially now there's 6-cylinder turbocharged engines. Mercedes has a turbocharged V8, and they're the only manufacturer really and maybe Porsche as well, but I think Mercedes even more so, AMG, is that you get a great sounding turbocharged engine, whether it's the 4-cylinder in my CLA and GLA 45s that I've owned, or in the V8 AMGs. All right, so now that we're in traffic, we're going to put it in comfort mode and see how the transmission shifts there, and we're going to put it in automatic mode to see how it shifts for itself. Now, right now, I'm very comfortable, even though the back seat is very small in this car. You know, you can step up to a C63 sedan if you need a real back seat. There's a lot of room here in the front. I could definitely drive this car long distances. We'll try it right now. We'll go over some rougher roads, see how the suspension handles in comfort mode. Now, already in comfort mode, I can tell you the throttle is not as sharp. So in Sport Plus, it was pretty much instant. In Sport, it was pretty much instant. Here, there's like a slight lag. I kicked down to downshift and see there was a hesitation there before it accelerated. And I don't think that's turbo lag, though all cars do have turbo lag. I think it's just the throttle is a step slower, but the car seems very comfortable at these speeds. Now, maybe a little stiffer than your regular C-Class. We're actually driving in manual mode. It's a 9-speed automatic. And we have the hand-built AMG engine. Now, this is a C63 convertible. It's not an S, but you got the turbocharged 4-liter V8, and it sounds amazing. This is where Mercedes kills BMW, it's just sound. Now, again, BMW has switched to a lot of 6-cylinder turbos instead of 8 cylinders like the AMG. Now, a C63 AMG will give you rear wheel drive. If you go to the E63, the S63, they are all now all-wheel drive. So if you like rear drive like me, then this is the car to get. Now, the smart move where I live in the Northeast is that you should have all-wheel drive, but this is a fun car. I've driven the C63 on track at Monticello Motor Club. I've never driven the convertible version, so it does weigh more than the coupe, and you can kind of feel the weight, but so far, it's been a blast to drive. It's a really hot day, so kind of forgive the air conditioning here. Let's see if maybe we can lower it down a notch. There we go. There we go. Put the fan speed a little lower. That's a lot better. Love the gauges here. I don't know if I would go with wood, but this is really nice and classic. You can go with carbon fiber. You can go with that ash wood, that light grayish wood. You got a great Burmeister stereo system here. Just a blast to drive so far, and really nice interior. They really stepped it up. Remember, this is based on a C-Class, and they really make a big difference in quality, a great difference in quality, I should say, on the AMG versions. And of course, spring in New Jersey means one thing: road construction. All right, so as we go over another speed bump here, I mean, it's fine. This is all day comfortable. All right, so what we're gonna do here is, I think we got one more road construction, and then we'll put it in sport mode and take it on some good back roads. Again, special thanks to Montclair Acura in Verona, New Jersey. Tim always has about 80 Glen cars. Usually they're manual transmission Porsches. He's got C8 Corvettes, he's got AMGs, he's got Panameras, he's got M5s, you name it. Just tell him that Glenn sent you and you saw my video. That's all I ask. All right, so more road construction. Now, this is a pretty smooth road, and this car feels fantastic. They also have a C63S coupe in stock, but I had never driven the convertible version, so I thought today would be a great opportunity. In fact, I don't think I've ever even seen, I know one of my friends has one, and I haven't gotten the chance to drive it. I don't think I've seen a C63 convertible. All right, so now we're gonna put it in sport mode. I'm gonna press manual, and we're gonna go up some good roads here. So it downshifts pretty quick in manual mode. And it was pretty smooth in traffic there, the transmission in comfort mode. Now you just have so much power here, and I think they were smart keeping it rear drive, because I think it would just weigh too much with all-wheel drive. Oh, I just lost my phone under that acceleration. But so let's see, we're in third gear, we're gonna downshift to second. Pretty instant downshift. Whoa! Listen to the sound of that. You can get a little oversteer because it's rear drive. Wow. And it shifts pretty darn fast. Obviously, you're going to have some blind spots over the C-pillar, but visibility out the front is excellent. All right, so that was fun. So what's good about this car is you can kind of cruise down the Jersey Shore, have a great time, and then you could, you know, get on your favorite back road, put it in manual mode. I think that's my brakes. So Mercedes does like ceramic brakes. You can have them in the front, not all around. All right, so we're going to drive in auto. And even in automatic mode, it actually shifts pretty well. Now we'll put us back in comfort, so let's try automatic in sport mode. And really, when you want that turbo V8, it gives it to you. Now this is they're both great cars. Let's compare it to the M4 hardtop convertible. I'd say the M4 feels a little quicker, and this feels a little more luxurious to me, but this by far, and I wouldn't be surprised if this weighs more, it feels like it's heavier, but this is just gonna have fantastic sound, and that's what you want. So if you're not really looking, I think the M4 convertible is enough to not do a track day, but do spirited driving like I do. I probably wouldn't do the spirited driving with this. I think it's a little too heavy, a little too like luxurious muscle car, but I think this would be a better cruiser. This is way better as a date night car, or, you know, cruising down the shore, and then you can get crazy when you want to, which I think is really the best of both worlds. And it's very comfortable here, beautiful interior. You really know that you spent the money on the AMG version. All right, so we'll probably do one more acceleration out of here. So let's do it in Sport Plus. When the light turns green, we got the exhaust on. We're gonna lower this, keep the suspension on comfort, and we'll do manual mode, and then we'll end the video right after this. And remember, guys, if you watch the video this long, you should be a subscriber. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, like and share this video, and always leave a comment below. Liking and commenting, it's free to do, and it really helps me in the YouTube algorithm. I think I can get some press cars when I get to 20,000 subscribers, so please get me there. All right, so here we go. Now we can accelerate. Wow, it feels fast, but it sounds even faster. And it revs to like 7,000 RPM, which is pretty much unheard of, unless you're Porsche, for a turbocharged car. All right, because you guys asked me, I will do one more acceleration just for you. Sport Plus is the way to drive this car. All right, guys, so that's the end of our video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.